Back to the Woman 22 Experience radio show live here for y'all radio on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live, Devon 1021. We are back with our second guest of the day for our first Saturday of the month of March. Her name is Miss Jennifer Harris, aka Jen Cares, the founder and CEO of Chosen Counselors. And I'm going to read a little description of her, what she is about. So Jennifer Harris, aka Jen Cares.
Yes.
In 2015, she launched Chosen Counselors Incorporated, a non-profit organization that seeks to inspire, motivate, empower, and serve individuals and families by way of one-to-one counseling, family sessions, workshops, conferences, literature, and other events. Jennifer finds joy in serving at-risk youth and families, helping them to achieve their goals, as it inspires her to continue her goals. In 2020, Jennifer launched Jen Cares, powered by Chosen Counselors, a live segment that premieres on Facebook and YouTube Live that brings the community to you. Conversations cover all areas of life, and Jennifer is last and licensed minister. Most of all, she is grateful for opportunities she helps somebody else. So, thank you for joining us. So, I was your show a couple months ago. So, we thank you. How was your week? How's everything going with you?
You know, I won't complain. It's just great to be able to help somebody else and give some resources to somebody else, because that's what it's all about.
That's right. So our theme this month has been talking about COVID-19 1 year later. So basically talk about the ups and downs, the gains, the losses during this pandemic. So I want to ask you, what's your perspective of COVID-19? What have been your ups, your downs, and also what is one thing that you learned about yourself that you, in this past year, that you would have not learned about yourself if the world was normal?
Got it. I think we learned to pivot just a little bit more. We already knew that you have to adjust as needed when things change. But I think the pandemic and how not being able to go out as much as you want to, not being able to congregate and fellowship with each other, you have to now find different ways to still connect with people and to meet the need. So this year allowed me to do that because I had to re-event or re-identify who Chosen Counselors was and how we can still bring the community to the community and empower and strengthen others.
So what did you learn about yourself in this time?
What did I learn about myself? You know, I learned that I have more skills than I thought I had. I too share the information with the community. I then got on the grind of how can I share it. So finding different ways to do that, going outside of my comfort zone to make sure that I am doing what it is that Jennifer wants to be doing to help somebody else. Which involved me, having a platform similar to this, doing Jen Cares every week, bringing different resources in to be able to share those with the community, to help the community, to strengthen the community, and empower the community.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful to say. So, who is Jennifer Harris? So that person that grew up, what was it like growing up?
Growing up was single family home. My mom, rest in peace, my mom, the late Ada Harris. She was a fierce woman, a strong woman. I've learned so much from her, and I'm sure that she will be so proud of me and all that I've done thus far. I often can see some of the traits from her in me of how just helping somebody else. My mother had that heart to help others, give them the shirt off her back. And I admired that because that helped me to show love. Sometimes people do you bad, but you still show them the love because that's what Christ would have us to do. With limits, because we don't want anybody stepping over us. Jesus flipped tables too. I can do that if need be. But, just really knowing like the heart of it is to help that person. And sometimes they're responding because of what they are going through. So being there to be there for them. So Ada E raised me and helped me to be the queen that I am. Explored undergraduate school. I went to University of Maryland Shore, which is also HBCU. I heard from our previous guest. I also went to Salisbury University though, so I did a dual degree program. 2 degrees for the price of one, pretty cool.
Wow.
And I got a degree in social work and sociology. So again, my heart is to help other people. Some years passed, and then I decided to go back to school. I went to LaSalle, and I pursued my graduate degree in clinical counseling and psychology, specializing in marriage and family therapy. So it's all still in the vein of helping people, all still in the vein of what resources can I connect to help somebody else to be the best version of them.
Wow, that's dope. You do degree in rabbinic in the South. So I saw you was a minister. What led you to be a minister?
I wasn't on that road, or I didn't think I was on that road.
Okay.
So maybe I'm telling a story. So sometimes you know that there's something different about you. I'll never forget working at Rite Aid years when I was in high school, and the guy was like, it was like, you could see a light, and I was upset. I'm like, what you mean you could see a light? Because I was mature but not mature. I knew Jesus. I loved Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I followed him ride or die. But for somebody else to see the light in me, at first I said, well, why can't I just like blend in? I was born to stand apart, and I embrace that. I'm okay with who I am. Been serving at my church for over 10 years, Victory Christian Center, Southwest Philadelphia. Apostle Jimmy Ellis III, man of God. And after serving there, eventually, the letter came in the mail. And, I joked around because I was like, maybe they sent it to the wrong address. Maybe it's the wrong Jennifer. But I am so grateful for the honor to be stamped as a minister of God, to serve him and to let my light shine to others. And it's funny because that's the theme for even Chosen, Matthew 5:16. Let my light so shine before men that they may see the good works and glorify God. Because it's only Jesus that's allowed me to do anything
that's
that
right.
I'm doing. So that's how I got on that road, because I had that heart for it. I still like to be on the background, but I'm also okay with being on the front, because for God I live, for God I die.
Amen. So what led you on the path to becoming the Start Chosen Counselors, Inc.?
That's a good one. Again, trying to help other people. Dr. Proctor is the non-profit expert, and we were having a conversation. He was like, start the business, and I was like, should I not? But then I was going back and forth on what the name would be. All along had the name. So then I said, all right, let's do it. So 5 years ago, 6 years now, Chosen Counselors was birthed. As you shared, our mission is to inspire, motivate, empower, and strengthen individuals and families. And it started off where we were doing small events, maybe twice a year, just to give back. We did a back-to-school family night.
Okay.
Families come out, they play games, they all leave with a game, they also have family-style dinner. I was raised on family time, dinner time. I have some friends, they say like, you bougie, because we want to sit there at the table and eat together. We don't do that enough. So again, I'm always trying to empower family time. And then we also did a holiday give back, where we would sponsor a family, hat, coat, gloves, scarves, clothes, pajamas, undergarments, and then a full dinner to that family. So those were the things that we first started with. However, again, Corona came, and we pivoted to offer Gen Cares, but still offering the back-to-school family night, just in a different aspect.
Right.
I sponsored a family, gave them a basket of games and then a gift card. And then for our holiday give back, we still sponsored the family. We didn't do the full dinner per se, but we did gift cards where they can be able to have the funds for it. Because holidays get hard, and we find families that need that support, and we want to be able to be a blessing to them.
Oh wow, okay. So you said, then you started counseling things, and so you tend to youth and couples and family members. So my question to you is, what advice would you give to a youth right now that's been in this COVID for a year and then going through a lot of changes, a lot of events. Because like I said, I told the guests, like I work with youth, and they go through a lot,
right.
And so especially you see them every day. So it's like I'm like one of the people that work access every single day. So it's not like I'm not doing virtual, I'm doing in person, like trying to help them with their schoolwork for their school and trying to get them in some sort of normalcy. So, and for me, I get. So I want to ask you word. So what advice you get to the youth right now? So
you are not alone. This has been an adjustment for anybody, young, old, and I think the words that I would give, I love Cinderella, have patience and be kind.
Okay.
Everybody's going through something, so the hope is that others will be kind to everybody.
Yeah.
Because it is overwhelming. Working from home, at first I said, okay, but I was like, wait a minute.
And then I was like,
get out the house. But you learn how to adjust to it. And I would say that, sadly, this adjustment, this change that has really shook the world, doesn't change as you get older. More responsibilities come on.
Right.
So I encourage you to reach out to somebody, to talk to them, to get some support when you are feeling overwhelmed. You don't have to face it alone. There are some amazing programs here in the city of Philadelphia or whatever area you are in. I'm sure you can find one. Reach out to me. I'll connect you with one so that you can have somebody to talk to really vent to get those feelings off. Because what happens is, if we bottle it all in, eventually it explodes. We don't want it to explode in somebody that we really, really care about, really, really love, because that can damage something. So you want to be able to let it out easily every so often so that it doesn't overwhelm you. So keep hope alive. I'm keeping hope alive for you, rather. But find somebody that you can talk to. Again, you can reach out to me. I'll be that listening ear to help you, because it can be overwhelming. So, but it will get better. So don't give up, because it will get better.
Right. So you did the counseling thing. So what propels you to start Jen Cares, the TV show that Monday? So what made you say, look, COVID took kind of adjusted my program I want to do, but now I'm going to shift to Jen Cares. What was the reason behind that? So
yes, good question. Every year around my birthday time, me and one of my brothers, we have a chit chat, and we really have that come to Jesus moment of, all right, what you gonna do for this next year? What are your goals? And I was sharing, I wanted to do Jen, 5 Minutes with Jen, a live segment where I would talk about different things, and he was like, go ahead, do it. But then after talking and processing, we found out it shouldn't be 5 minutes with Jen, because as you can see, I can talk a little bit more than 5 minutes. But the hope was to do Jen Cares still and bring the community to you. That's what we specialize in. And we launched in June. I did the first episode in June, but we officially launched, I believe it was July, every Monday at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube Live through our chosen counselors. And it has been an amazing process. So the thinking was, since we can't get together and have events,
right,
let's do something virtually.
Okay.
And I can't tell you, or I guess I can tell you, I have been overwhelmed with gratitude with how well Jen Cares has been received. Every time I call somebody or reach out to somebody to be a guest, hands down, yes. How can I help? And some are nervous, before they come on live. I try to check in with them before we go live. And then when we're done the live, they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That was so great. The most amazing part too is that it's also helped push them into some destiny of what it is they should be doing too. So I see more of them doing lives. I see more of them engaging. I see more people connecting with them. I'm a firm believer. I saw this quote and I live by it daily now. If I introduce me and I'll do the rest. So I'm introducing some great, amazing programs, some great, amazing people, great, amazing resources, and they have done the rest to share the amazingness that they're doing,
right.
And that helps the people to be equipped with what they need to go forth.
So I see the platform going. So because sometimes I'm doing this, but sometimes we need to do more lives. You need more. Cause I'm kind of more quiet in the background. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I have a lot to say, but it's sometimes I'm kind of because I'm scared. I'm so tired. I'm I want to do more. So it's so my question to you is, where do you see Jen Cares going? Since that's your baby now, so
yeah, she is definitely blooming. Continuing to give resources. February we had a series called Finding Love Where You Are, and from that series, I threw out a lifeline of, if I was to do a day of empowerment at a conference, would you come? I got so many yeses. I said, all right, y'all making me work, but it's a good work. It's a good push to again give resources to the community. So from that, I have a conference coming up in May where it's a day of empowerment. Male panel, a female panel.
Oh man!
For all to just give resources and things, and depending on the outlook from that, we'll see what comes from that. But I will say I'm just open to whatever doors of opportunity come. Even today, this door of opportunity. Thank you so much to be able to share what it is that I'm doing, to learn more of what you're doing, and it helps me to figure out, okay, what is my next step? Where do I see myself going from here? We have the Jen Cares where it's live on Mondays, but I also launched a podcast with it too. So we're trying to just make sure we're hitting all platforms because some people can't per se watch it, but they want to hear it. So the podcast helps us to still reach all viewers.
Wow. Say podcast, I like that. So they got a shout out from T and comedian T. Belinda's on here. Belinda. Who else? Darren J. West. He says, "Good work. Continue let your let God through." I think I missed a word right there. So So that's really good. So
Thank you all. Thank you all.
So you got that key. Oh, you tell you had conference coming up.
Yes.
Can you tell us more? I think you kind of tell about. Can you tell us more about how people get informed about the conference?
Yes, yes. So a day of empowerment, we're going to be talking about dating. We're going to be talking about healing. We're going to be talking about finances. Because, so the theme was finding love where you are. And though we had a ladies chat, we had a bra segment, we had a married with children, and then we had our group therapy session at the end. It's really knowing who you are.
Right.
Being empowered with who you are. And that's the theme of that day. It's going to be Saturday, May 15th. Tickets have been going, and that's been doing my heart good. I thank each and every person. I call them all chosen friends. And chosen means, y'all see my shirt?
Yeah, you see the shirt, right? It's the shirt, right?
Check it out. I may be coming out with this line in May. But chosen simply means an elect person selected to make a difference for such a time as this. And that's what chosen is about, making a difference. So on that day, we're going to be empowered. I'm going to be empowered. I'm excited to get my notepad and take some notes because as I'm helping other people, I also have to apply it for myself.
Right.
I also need that encouragement for myself. So we have a phenomenal listing of people. We have, like I said, a men's panel, a female panel, and then we have some powerful keynote speakers that are going to really empower and help us identify, look at ourselves, and see what can I do to be the best version of me. Yeah.
So is that all virtual or just in person? Or what's...
Good question. Yes, that is virtual. It's going to be virtually held. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. You just go and search Chosen Counselors, A Day of Empowerment. It will pop up. Tickets are only $20. If you tune in on any Monday, I have some sponsored tickets. Excuse me, some sponsored tickets because we have some amazing people that are saying, hey, how can I support? So we'll be giving out some sponsored tickets throughout the month of March. And then pushing hard in April as it will take place in May. It will be held virtually. Once you obtain your ticket, you will receive the link maybe 2 days before the event, so you can sign on.
Okay, that's wonderful, wonderful. The day of empowerment. I love the idea. The men's panel, the women's panel. So that's good. That's definitely going to. I believe it's going to be awesome. You know.
Awesome, thank you.
So we're going to talk offline. See the men, but I love to be part of that. You know, because I would love to speak to men and speak to other people as well. Because I feel like we have a lot to say, and a lot of times we are kind of silent. So I want to use my voice for the greater good, you know, just to share my perspective and share my journey, my transparent journey of people. Because this past whole year, COVID, I've been through a lot of changes in my life. I got engaged, so love my life, about getting married, so mental health, and also the job, you know. So there's been a whole shift of changes going in my life, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to just stay focused and keep God first, you know that God will see me through with that. So where people can find you for information, about more information about the show, where people can find you, and also maybe tell us the guests you had lined up coming up for March. I saw the list. So.
Okay. So before I say that, I do want to say the piece of what you said. I just want to encourage you for a moment. Be encouraged. I heard you sharing about, earlier in the segment of your plans of being a husband and the steps that you're taking to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Kudos to that. I commend you for that because so many times people get married and they're thinking that it's just getting married. No, it takes a little work. From going from friends to a relationship to a marriage are different levels. So there's different requirements. I definitely encourage premarital counseling and then marital counseling to always keep that going too.
Right.
Because you find out so many different things of how to keep that communication open. That's my marriage and family hat. But I also heard when you were sharing about your job, you commented that again just now. And these past weeks I've been thinking I can go to God in prayer. So whatever is going on, He will work it out for you. With you planning a wedding and doing this platform every week and things of that sort. Sometimes the snake try to sneak in and get you off track.
Right.
But again, I just wanted to encourage you because the Bible says in Luke 10:19 that He has given us power to tread over serpents and snakes. So though it's trying to get you off your kilter, though it did cause you to fall and hit your head and things like that.
Man, that's scary.
And that God, has His hand on the things that you're doing because you're making an impact. So please be encouraged. So how people can get in contact with me, I am Jennifer Harris on Facebook, Jen Cares on Instagram, which is Jen_Cares. You can also find me at Chosen_Counselors on Instagram and Chosen Counselors on Facebook. I'm sure if you're watching it live, I'm tagged, so then you can see that as well. But be sure to reach out to me if you have any questions, if you have any ideas, want to support what it is that we're doing, to be a speaker, to share your voice. Let me know. I'm always open to having new people. This Monday coming up, Monday, March 8th, we will have Feel Your Sense. We'll talk about Fulfill Your Purpose. This month's theme is Why Not? March is a motivational month for me. It's why can't we do something? So why not, try for a job? Why not get married? Why not do this? Why not do that? Why not? What is stopping us from doing those things that we want to do? So this past Monday we had Marquise Coates, and he talked about what's in your toolbox. So sometimes we have the tools, but we're not using them or we're not strengthening them. So that was that week. This week coming, we're going to talk about fulfilling your purpose with Feel Your Sense. Then we're going to talk about Don't Give Up with Lady Althea and Hannah, because sometimes you're in it and just like, maybe I shouldn't do it anymore. But I want to encourage each and every one of you not to give up. The fourth week, we're going to have Dr. Wesley Proctor. He's going to talk about starting a business. Because some people want to start a business, and this is prime time for whatever it is that you want to do. The world is your oyster. Live it up. And then we're going to close out with Dr. Naya Alameen, and she's going to talk about you can do it. She's a life coach, and she's going to help whip us together to get us together to know we can do it. There's nothing stopping us. So I do encourage you to tune in on Mondays at 8 p.m. Facebook Live and YouTube Live.
So I have a question. Because I've been trying to watch the show on this Marquise, and I'm trying to find so where can people get the replay, the full replay? Because I was like, I can't find it. I'm like, I'm listening.
You can get a full replay on YouTube. How many get some views over there?
Okay, YouTube. Okay, all right. Got you. Okay. I'm missing love. Like, where did it fit? It's not there.
So it's all on the Chosen Counselor.
Gotcha. Okay, now I know where to go.
Facebook page.
Okay. YouTube. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
You can find it a little easier on YouTube because I have it right in the playlist and things. So definitely, each episode has been so amazing. I get calls the night of, the day after, weeks later, like, that was really good. Thank you. I'm still learning. I got 66-year-olds, 70-year-olds. I'm still learning. Thank you so much. Yeah. Babies learning. So again, that's what it's all about. So yes.
So, Jennifer Harris, thank you for being a guest on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me as your guest on in January. I read that mental health, and that was really a big thing. That was really big, and that was on my anniversary, Patty Graham's being born. So I wanted to return the favor and say thank you to you because you're doing amazing work, and I thank you for being a guest on the show today and give me the advice that I needed to right now. So I appreciate you. We're going to definitely support you. We're definitely going to go YouTube and watch your videos because I've been so hard.
Subscribe, so
I definitely will. And then also, I got a YouTube channel coming out here with the Harrods. So we got some content coming up. So we definitely have like a theme of mental health down the line. So maybe you be the guest, talking about family, feeling, because we want to have a content that reach people that help them get to the next level, So again, thank you so much. Thank you for those who are watching us today. So, Keisha, say hi to you.
Hello.
Keisha Towns.
Right now. Hi, my sister. I love you, girl.
So my fiance's been watching as well. Fatima.
Congratulations to you both.
Yes, Focus James been watching. Belinda Brown Duffy. I know you know her.
Yes, Belinda.
Yeah. So
why not, Belinda? Keep going.
Yes. So we thank you for those. Thank you for those who watched the whole entire show. It's been a little longer than expected today. We had 2 guests. We want 2 guests again on next Saturday as well. So we try to have a March, because in the March I may not be here. So so we'll make sure that we're gonna make sure we're supporting one another. Also, a reminder: Office Cafe. In 2 weeks, support 9 offers. We got 9 offers taking the stage, so support these offers. More information will be out today about that. So I want you to enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Be safe out here. Take everything you need in God in prayer, and then God will do it. So have a good rest of your Saturday.